Boy, we have seen it all when it comes to this case. Let's just call it what it is. The internet is a horrible place. Now, I don't know this Justin fella. However, a YouTuber a lot of us follow has, well, kind of promoted him. So I'm going to discuss this here today. Harsh Reality did a video this morning talking about this fella, or girl, or whatever the fuck it is, by the name of Justin. Justin has come out and said they work for the defense, I believe. In fact, we'll watch it together. Has claimed that Dylan is indeed trans, maybe because it's trans. But there's been a little bit more that he's claiming, such as Dylan was attacked by 3 men the other day. I'm thejbgunner. This is Crime Time. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the Reddit post, all the goofiness that goes on the internet, and then also ultimately change a venue. Plus, Ashley Banfield saying that Bryan Kohberger is still confident he'll be exonerated. That's her breaking news this weekend. I'm thejbgunner. This is Crime Time. Let's get things started. Let's do it.
Bring it back.
So there's a lot of y'all that watch this channel that I guess was offended that I get into BDSM. You're weird people. You're weird people. They're like, oh, we don't like JB no more. Because of what I do in my sexual life? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Anyways, let's go ahead and move on because I want to get into this story. But before we do, I want to say first and foremost, thank you to everybody that supports this channel. Regardless of the method you choose, whether it's Cash App, Patreon, Venmo, PayPal. Truth is, guys, I can't do this each and every day as often as I do if it wasn't for you, the Gun Squad. So thank you very much. You guys are what makes this go. If you too find value in my content, feel free to hit the links down below. Support the channel. This is your channel as well because you guys are what makes it go. Like I said, while you're down there, if you're not a snowflake, feel free to subscribe to my other channels, to my news, my live stream channel, my gaming channel, wrestling channel, things like that. I do a lot of work. I will be bringing back the hiking channel very soon as well. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get on into this, and we're not going to waste any time here today. This guy above my shoulder, his name is Justin. Now, a girl, female, I don't know what it is, right? I guess it wants to be called, I don't know. But so I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I don't do the whole gender thing, so I'm not even going to elaborate on it too much. This person has about 150 subs, and he recently has come out and made statements about Dylan Mortensen. Now, normally, you and I would never even see this video. However, somebody that we follow by the name of Harsh Reality, this morning, just a few minutes ago, well, it says 46 minutes ago, Harsh Reality discussed this video. It says Dylan Mortensen attacked and wants to speak out. Now, many of us all over this case has seen all kinds of fuckery, from fake audios to fake, people don't know if Papa Roach or whatever his name is, Papa not Roach, what his name is, Papa, whatever the fuck. People are just making claims all over the place. They now have found a Reddit that they believe is Bryan Kohberger's mother. Let's just call it what it is. When it comes to this case, we're at a point now where there's not a whole lot of information, so people just make things up. Now, once again, I want to touch on Harsh Reality. I do think he's a great YouTuber, but even he himself, over the weekend, said he wasn't doing any more videos on Bryan Kohberger, and then immediately is doing videos on Bryan Kohberger. Which, listen, Harsh, you bring the meat and potatoes, I bring the biscuits and gravy, as a couple of my audience members said, so I'm all with you, brother. I appreciate your work. I find it very entertaining, and I think us as commentators and YouTubers should be able to commentate on whatever. So that includes this video that we're talking about. But since Harsh brought it to the forefront, we're going to take a look at this and analyze some of the claims. I personally do not believe this person at all, in the slightest. I don't believe him in the slightest. Now, we're going to get to it, but I do want to touch base real quick on something else that is out there currently. There are people that believe that Bryan Kohberger's mother, and they're making a big deal, has a Reddit, and here's what it basically is. I want to show you guys this right here. They said a Reddit post by a now deleted user, Downtown Love, is believed to be by Bryan's mother. Now, do they give any evidence that this was Bryan Kohberger's mother? No. However, the whole internet, all the true crime YouTubers are talking about these Reddit posts as if they're real. We've seen this, like I said, with many of the other Reddit posts, the other TikTok videos. We've been seeing this with, remember the Joseph Morris audio? Man, if it's found on the internet, you pretty much got to assume it's not real for the most part. Unless they give you something that genuinely makes, connects them to the case. The internet's just kind of full of shit. Plenty of bullshit that's out there. But let's take a look. This post says, "Hello, friends. Today, my 26-year-old son left for Washington State to begin his doctorate in criminology. We live in Pennsylvania. I probably won't be submitting many designs in the next few days because I will be too busy crying. I will see you all soon." Now, this post was apparently written on June 25th, 2022. Bryan at that time was 27 years old, not 26. It's very important that you guys understand this. And a lot of people are like, people make mistakes all the time, forget their anniversaries, things like this. Not a mother and their son. Let's call it what it is. A mother does not forget her son's age. I'm not saying this post was made up. I have no clue. But what I am saying, there is no identifying markers here that necessarily say this is his mother, okay? It says the account was still active, by the way, on December 7th, 2022, but they have now deleted their account. In a comment under the post, she further states, "Thank you so much for saying that to me. My son will be in Pullman in the eastern part of the state, quite close to the Idaho border. He knows absolutely no one, and we have no family there. I worry about him being lonely, so your message made me feel better." Because someone had told him that the law enforcement's good out there, things like that. I just want to say this. I want you to think about this for just a second. People with 27, 28-year-old children, they're not on Reddit. I am 42 years old, and I have never read or posted on Reddit, the ticker-tocker, the motherfucking, what is the other thing y'all use? The WhatsApp, Snapper chat. We don't do none of that. We don't do none of that. So people that have children the age of Bryan Kohberger, occasionally you'll find some internet nerd dude that's in his 50s that's on there. But most of us in our 40s and 50s and 60s don't even know what Reddit is. We don't care. It's just a forum. Is that an accurate statement? All Reddit is a fucking forum. And unless you're a regular forum user on other shit, most people just don't use it. I'm still confused by Discords and shit. I'm just being dead honest with you. Now, if you guys, and I would like the audience to tell me, if you're 40, 50, and 60, do you use Snapchat? Do you use Reddit? Do you use TikTok? Do you use any of the shit that these new people use? The answer is probably no, right? Most people that are grown up with jobs, with lives, we don't have time to touch on every social media. I do this for a living, and I don't have time to do it. It's just the truth. So they want you to believe on Reddit, same thing as they do with almost everything, that these posts were from his mother. Now, what you'll see the other YouTubers saying is, this proves Bryan Kohberger was alone. Let's just analyze it for just a second and ask ourselves, what if this was Bryan Kohberger's mom? Isn't that what everybody's mom would say? If your son or daughter was going all the way across the country, they don't know anybody, they're going to a new college, wouldn't that be the worry of anybody's mom? He doesn't know anybody, it's all the way across the country, blah, blah, blah. I worry about him being lonely. Do you see what I'm saying? But to see the internet and the YouTubers and the sleuths out here like, oh, that proves that he was alone and an incel and was killing people. No, it doesn't. Even if the post is real, which chances are it's not. I don't know any 50-year-old women on Reddit at all. If you are 60, she may even be 60. If you're a 50 or 60-year-old woman, let me know if you're on Reddit. Do you even know what Reddit is? I don't. Not really, other than what I just showed you just there. Just being dead honest. Like, I don't know the difference between Reddit and 440chan or what. No, I'm not you nerds. I get vagina in my life and I drink. I don't have time to be on all that, the 1chan, 3chan, 7chan. I don't have time to be on all the different chans or Reddits. It's weird to me that you guys do. I think that's strange. Strange as fuck. But anyway, so they want us to believe that this is really Bryan Kohberger's mom. And I personally don't necessarily believe it is. And we'll get to some other things. In fact, we're going to dive into this. And I show you that because I want it to be a lead-in into this right here. I want it to be a lead-in into this guy right here. And listen, I'm going to show him some love here just because I'm going to use his content. His name is Justin, 140 subscribers. I will put his link in the description box. It says, I have the exclusive information you have been waiting for. I'm in direct contact with a third party, my DOD source with Dylan. This is how I have this information. I wasn't about to let someone who is not trans break the news. So right off the jump, you know already we got some severe fuckery going on. This is that, you know how the left is. You know how the limp-wristers are, whatever gives them attention. They peacock all over the place. And so, like I said, you understand this is a broad? Like, this is a broad? This is a chick that's a dude now? Or what? Whatever. I'll leave that to the TikTokers. Anyway, let me go ahead and get back to this. All right, so the title is called Dylan Mortensen is Indeed a Trans. Now, if you look at Harsh Reality's video on it is titled Dylan Mortensen Attacked and Wants to Speak Out. Okay, I respect Harsh, so I'll listen, but let's take a listen.
On Monday of last week, Dylan Mortensen was attacked by 3 men. These 3 men, plus an additional man...
Now, this video was made on February 20th, 2023. Starting off by saying, on Monday of last week, Dylan Mortensen was attacked by 3 men. Let me ask you a question. You don't think in a small town, you don't think in that region, if Dylan Mortensen was attacked, or wherever she's at, you don't think that someone like that would be breaking news? Like, you don't think that what's her name, Ashley Banfield, would have this information and be... I'm just saying. Because we're not talking about the Bryan Kohberger case right now. We're talking about a brand new crime in which it's being claimed that Dylan Mortensen was attacked physically by 3 men. You don't think that would be news at all? Let's continue.
Are the killers who were inside the...
Okay, hold on, we'll go back.
These 3 men plus...
Hold on, here we go.
On Monday of last week, Dylan Mortensen was attacked by 3 men. These 3 men, plus an additional man, are the killers who were inside the 1122 Keene house on the night of November 13th.
Now, you know where these internet people get that from, right? Remember the little video where the police body cam footage where you saw the little 4 guys and the 4 guys running in the dark behind as if they would murder someone and then run right in front of the police on camera, right? You know that's where this story comes from. You know this shit's clown world shit. You know it and I know it. She was attacked by the real killers who were able to kill 4 people, but somehow Dylan got away again.
Now, I want to name their names, but I probably shouldn't. I've already received threats in the past, and I'm not exactly looking forward to getting more.
Of course you have.
Due to the extra ridiculous, unconstitutional as hell gag order, Dylan cannot talk and tell her story. But I can.
No. Dylan can talk about her receiving a brutal attack. Dylan can't talk about the Kohlberger case. Dylan can talk about being attacked by three men. You're completely wrong. I don't think you understand the way the legal system works, the way gag orders work. The gag order that's on Dylan Mortensen isn't she has to shut up forever about everything. She just has to shut up about by the way, I also find that unconstitutional. She just has to shut up about the Kohlberger case.
I'm working for the defense off the books, and I am not subject to the gag order.
So conveniently, she is working for the defense off the books. You know what that means? It means you guys can't verify if it's true or not. That's what it means. You can't verify if it's true or not. That way no one can validate or invalidate his story. It feels weird saying his, but I gotta admit, it looks like a liberal dude. Let's just call it what it is. I'll be honest with you. Voice-wise, it doesn't, but it looks like a liberal dude.
Any intel fed to me is...
And yes, to you liberal males, that's what you all look like. Even you real liberal males, that's what you all look like. To be political, suck my dick. That's what all of you liberal dudes look like and sound like, actually. Let's roll.
Means of communication that does not break the gag order. That information from my informant gives me legal grounds to speak on this topic.
From his informant.
And to tell Dylan's story for her. The reason Dylan was attacked is because, yes, Dylan is trans.
All of this is just internet tropes repeated. And now all the people that were now you're going to have all these soccer moms and shit that are offended because we find Dylan hot. You're going to have them all mad, all triggered, and all in my comment section like, I told you she was trans. Listen, soccer moms, I'll fuck you too. Don't worry about it. But they get triggered. They really want people to believe Dylan is trans. And now this trans is going to try to convince us of it.
You heard me right. Dylan is trans. I know this to be a fact.
How so?
This is information that I exclusively know.
How so?
I have a middleman, my informant, who is talking to Dylan for me.
Right.
When I say that I have informants and sources, I'm really not joking about it.
Right. You and Ashley Banfield both.
Legitimate.
Right.
I'm also...
I'm serious, guys. I'm super serial. I'm super serial. Don't make me pull it up. Don't do it, JB. Don't do it. Don't do it, JB. Leave it alone.
I'm serial. I'm super serial. I hope now you...
All right, let's get back. I'm sorry.
being attacked due to being trans. As I have gotten closer and closer to the truth of what all happened in Moscow, I've been getting more and more resistance pushed
Sir, if you worked for the defense off the books, you would already be more in the know than all of us. So what kind of super investigating are you doing? I'm starting to really get to the point of this. I'm super serial.
back, and I have even had, assault and death threats.
Oh, I bet.
Which, for those of you who are responsible for those threats, I've already given them to a lawyer. Have fun with that.
Yeah, if you work for the defense. And if there's criminal threats being made against you, dummy, you give it to the police, not a lawyer. Stop. Just stop. I hate to do this. Harsh, you made me do it. You and your goddamn meat and potatoes. Son of a bitch.
I'm absolutely the wrong trans guy to screw around with.
I
I
bet.
always tell you, fuck around and find out.
Oh.
Well, fuck around and find out.
Oh. I'll give it to my attorney in the Koberger case that I work for secretly off the books. And they're going to do what? Well, they're going to do what? So you're telling me you work for Ann Taylor? Is that what you're telling me? Come on, man. That's Ann Taylor. You're Scam Taylor. Let's be real here.
I'm not going to back down from this challenge.
What
Because
challenge?
I'm not afraid of a challenge.
What challenge, Limp Wrister?
Such as going through the entire process of transitioning from female to male, including 20 full years of transition. That's social, legal, medical, surgical, everything. I have fully transitioned. I am now post-transition,
We can tell.
including phalloplasty surgery. I breezed right through it, had all 4 stages done in less than a year and a half. I'm completely done with phalloplasty.
What do you mean? What do you mean you went through all 4 stages in a year and a half? Didn't you just say it took you 20 years? All right, what am I missing here? You know what I mean? What am I missing here?
So, I'm pretty sure I'm an expert on this topic.
No, I'm...
Pretty sure it's also not the place of someone who is not trans to be telling this story or talking about this topic.
To be talking about what topic? Dylan Mortensen getting beat up?
I mean, you know,
And by the way, normal people can talk about mentally deranged all we want. Normal people can analyze the mentally deranged. It's the way it works. Normal people are typically the people that address psychologically damaged people. It's just the way it works.
that said, shall we get to the meat and potatoes of it?
Oh,
Thanks, Harsh Reality. I'm stealing that from you.
he likes you, Harsh. He likes
She
you.
suffered kidney damage. Due to drug.
You better, Harsh, don't let your wife see this video. Don't let your wife see the video, Harshy. Yeah, you gotta admire her over there. He wants your meat and potatoes. All right, let's get back to it. I'm sorry, Harsh. I love you, bro. I love you.
Worst trauma. Her injuries from this attack are more severe than anyone understands due to a specific combination of medications that Dylan has been taking. These specific medications can cause high blood pressure, heart problems, and type 2 diabetes.
Wow.
The type 2 diabetes is why Dylan was put on lisinopril. Lisinopril treats all 3 of these problems at the same time, which is why they did not give her something stronger and faster acting to treat the kidney problems. The medications would have interacted and caused more problems, which nobody wants, right? So, this is also why Dylan has to have dialysis right now.
Oh, Dylan's on dialysis. Did y'all know that? Attacked by 3 real killers on Monday. Did y'all know that? But see, y'all will believe it because y'all think Dylan is trans, so you're gonna be like, "No, I told you, that means he's right." Man, go watch CNN with that bullshit. Go watch CNN with that bullshit. Go get your Don Lemon fetish on, player. Like this is, come on, man. Come on.
Because the hormone therapy caused these other problems. And,
All right, I'm not about to watch the man's whole video. I'm not about to watch the whole man's whole video. I'll link him in the description box. You guys can go check him out for yourself. I'll let you determine whether you find this legitimate, not legitimate. Let's be real here. I don't see any legitimacy to any of this at all. Do you? Do you honestly believe this guy works for the defense? Do you honestly believe Dylan Mortensen was attacked by 3 people Monday and nobody knew about it? You don't think that would be top news? You think that a gag order would be in place if there was a new crime committed by people not Bryan Kohberger? And if the 3 real killers attacked Dylan, you don't think that there would be an immediate move for dismissal of the Bryan Kohberger case? Let that sink in. If the 3 real killers just attacked Dylan Mortensen, wouldn't the defense that you claim to work for have filed an immediate dismissal in the Bryan Kohberger case? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm pro Bryan Kohberger. But it's shit like this that muddies the waters, that make the defense harder. This is all bullshit. And you know it, and I know it, Justin. And harsh reality, you fucking know it. You know this motherfucker's full of shit. Now, I get it. You're a YouTuber. You gotta, the same reason I'm covering it, bro. We got, so Harsh, this ain't no beef between you and me. You go ahead. Sip your tea, eat your crumpets, and watch this motherfucker. And go ahead and promote him if you'd like to. But the reality of this is, in your fucking heart, this thing is lying its ass off. You're just too nice of a guy to fucking let him know he's lying his ass off. Fuck that. I'm telling him he's lying his ass off. And if he's not, he can come on my show. I'm not hard to get a hold of. thejbgunner@gmail.com. And you can come on this and we'll do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. And I'll ask you questions you don't expect me to ask, but you're going to have to show some fucking receipts. You came on here running your mouth, saying what you just said. You're going to need to show some receipts. But you won't because you can't, and that's why you told us that you're working for the defense off the books. That way we can't be verified. We've been dealing with people like you with this case the entire time. There is so much fraudulence that's out there involving this case, and all of them kind of are limp-wristed as fuck. Joseph Morris was limp-wristed as fuck. You're limp-wristed as fuck. I don't know what it is with you fucking soccer dads and shit, or not even dads. I don't know what it is with you motherfuckers. And you need to peacock. Give me attention. I know the real killers. I got the real audio. I got the real inside scoop. No, you don't, man. You're just sitting there in your gaming chair playing Animal Crossings all day. You're lying like a motherfucker. Prove to us that you work in Moscow, Idaho for the defense. That's my challenge to you. Prove that. Since you were man enough, woman enough, whatever the fuck you are, to come on here with your face out to everybody and make these claims, that means the defense should be able to identify you, so you should have no problem actually showing the receipts that you are indeed off the books working for the defense. Or that you live in the region or whatever the fuck. Show the receipts. But you won't. I guarantee you'll just try to flag this video down. But that won't change the fact that you're a fraud. That's the reality. Unlike Harsh, I'm going to call you what you are. You're a fraud in every aspect of your life. You're not really a male, and you're not really connected to Dylan Mortensen. Fraud and fraud. End of the story. Now let's go ahead and move on. Shit makes me sick to my stomach. Idaho murder suspect Bryan Kohberger's trial could be moved 300 miles away from Moscow over fears local jurors remain too appalled by massacre to try him fairly. And we've been talking about this. I told you he wouldn't get a fair trial. Kohberger is set to appear in court on June 26 to enter a plea in the November 13th slaying. If he pleads not guilty, a trial date will be set, but they don't know where it's at. Lewiston, which is 30 miles from Moscow, Coeur d'Alene, which is 85 miles away, in Boise, the furthest at 300 miles away, are all possible venues in Idaho. I don't think it matters where he goes. I support the change of venue. I do. I support him getting the fuck out of Moscow and getting a fair trial. But I'm going to be honest, this case has been so national and everybody's so goofy about this case, I don't believe Bryan Kohberger will get a fair trial ever. Ever. Meanwhile, Banfield is still making news because she claims Kohberger is still confident he'll beat the case. How's this news? But let's listen to her. Let's listen to old Bannerfield and let's see what she's got to say.
About the scene of the crime, there is a lot that you know about the person who was arrested, Bryan Kohberger, and charged with 4 first-degree murders. Those are death penalty-eligible murders. But there is some knowledge about Bryan Kohberger that we are just learning about. And we can tell you via multiple sources
of course,
who are directly connected to this case.
Is that, hold on, is that your source, Banfield? Directly connected to the case? Off the books? Come on, Banfield, come on.
How Bryan Kohberger feels about the mountain of evidence that has just thus far been made public or has been sourced. And really, folks, at this early offing, I can promise you it's the tip of the iceberg. At this early stage of a case, with just a probable cause affidavit and an arrest warrant, etc.
She's completely wrong about the probable cause being the tip of the iceberg, okay? I've said it before. There's probably only about 10 to 15% left that's not in the probable cause. I'm just being dead honest with you. The affidavit usually has a good portion. And I don't understand why these news people keep saying it doesn't. Maybe it's because they've never went through criminal cases. I'm being dead honest with you. Every single affidavit that I've ever been involved with in my life has had probably 90 to 100% of what they had in it. Being dead honest.
We don't even know the half of it. But at this point, what we do know
that's not true
is fair
at all.
to call a mountain of evidence against Bryan Kohberger in the murders of those 4 innocent college kids at the University of Idaho in Moscow. So I can tell you that he's been talking. And he has been saying that he is, quote, confident that he will be exonerated. And those are
And by the way, this isn't a repeat. She just released this over the weekend. She's making a whole nother story on this again.
words, exonerated. And I know what you're saying, because if you're a true crime buff and you follow the law, if you're a lawyer, you particularly know there's a difference between being acquitted and exonerated. And he's, a master's in criminology and in a doctoral program before all of this business. And yet he used the word exonerated.
Why are we talking
Not
about
once,
this again?
but twice. We learned that back in Pennsylvania when he was arrested. That's what his defense attorney, his public defender in Pennsylvania, said, that he looks forward to being exonerated.
Right. We heard that a long time.
Strange
long
choice
time
of
ago.
words, because sometimes in common parlance you'll say that, like, I'm going to be absolved of all of this kind of thing. I'm innocent. But in legal terms, exonerated usually refers to being convicted and then afterwards, upon appeal, being cleared.
Right.
So I don't know what he's saying. I don't know if he's using the common word exonerated or if he's using the legal word, because he is, criminology master's student.
Maybe he's not using the words at all. Maybe he used it in Pennsylvania, and maybe that's it. Who is talking to Bryan Kohberger right now that you could be getting this source from? Who do you think Bryan Kohberger's talking to? You think he's in a cell with other inmates? You think he's talking to anyone but his lawyer? You think he's talking to this guy? Come on, man.
Doctoral program probably knows the difference, but he didn't say the words acquitted. And this is not false bravado, according to our sources. He truly believes he is going to beat the rap.
Maybe because
Bryan
he didn't do
Kohberger,
it.
According to our sources, multiple sources directly connected to this case, saying that he believes, he is confident he's going to be exonerated, that he will beat the rap. Now, here's what I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You don't know what Bryan Kohberger has. Bryan Kohberger may have immediate evidence that proves he wasn't there. Bryan Kohberger and his defense may have immediate evidence that puts him somewhere else. A complete solid alibi. You don't know that, lady. Nor does anybody else watching this video. This belief that Kohberger's guilty just because the police told you so doesn't matter. We need a judge and jury to tell us so. All right?
I don't know how much access he's had to discovery yet. That's his attorney beside him. That's Ann Taylor, the public defender. She is a whip-smart lawyer.
What do you mean you don't know how much access he's had to discovery? The answer is 100%. Whatever his lawyer has, I assure you, Bryan Kohberger has seen.
The best lawyers in Idaho. She is a great attorney. There are the issues that we've discussed on this show, the conflict of interest potential. As we reported last night exclusively, she's met with the judge. The judge has done a review and cleared her of the conflict. That doesn't mean it's the end of the case, because the prosecution, as we're told, is not keen on the idea of her continuing to represent Bryan Kohberger, because who wants to have an appellate issue if they get a conviction in this case? So we don't know how much he's been given in the way of discovery. We don't know how much of the prosecution's case his lawyer has had her hands on and then shared with her client. We don't know how much press reports he's been able to actually consume. There's a TV in the Moscow jail, but it's one, and everybody has to agree to what they watch, and who knows if they want to watch the news. Maybe they want to watch...
I find it hilarious you think he's in general population.
You know, Dr. Phil. I don't know. But we don't know how much he has seen, and we don't know how much he's consumed about this case. But you, the viewer, if you're watching this program, I know you, and you have seen a lot. It's a mountain of evidence.
No, it's not.
It is a very strong case, and it's full...
It's not even close to strong.
It's got this big old basket of something we call bad facts.
Oh.
That's a term. That's a term used in the business, in the legal, industry. Bad facts. Thank you for watching.
Bad facts. Well, you're right. There's a lot of bad facts. And a lot of them is coming from News Nation these days with Banfield and her sources. Guys, let me know what you think. Here, the internet's just full of bad people. And yes, I'm specifically saying this. Bad people. Bad people. They're deliberately lying. Just making up stories. And that's the truth. And I'd be willing to bet the farm on it. In fact, I'm telling you, sue me for slander then. Because I'm telling you now, this motherfucker is full of shit and a liar and a fraud. And I'm willing to put my money and my mouth on the line for that. So I'm telling this Justin person, if you truly are, sue me then, so I can get my own discovery. Sue me then. I'm thejbgunner. This is Crime Time. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you believe? I know the people that are pro Dylan's a trans, you probably believe this motherfucker. But let me know in the comment section what you think. This is all fuckery now. That's all this is giving me an opportunity to speak on this. Because everything I'm speaking on is nothing but fuckery and rumors and lies. But we should have expected it at this point in the case. And we probably should expect it till June for the most part. Guys, if you like what I do here and you want to support the channel, if you find my content valuable, hit the links down below. Show your love, support for the channel. Guys, like, share, subscribe, do all that good shit. I'm going to get up out of here. I'm thejbgunner. This is Crime Time with thejbgunner. Very interested to see what you guys got to say. Harsh! He wants you meat and potatoes, bro. He wants you. You know it and I know it. I ain't mad at you though, bro. I ain't mad at you. Thanks for giving us this gem of entertainment. This was good. This was fun. I'll leave the link to his video in the description box. I'm out.